A misconception concerning event horizons, especially black hole event horizons, is that they represent an immutable surface that destroys objects that approach them. In practice, all event horizons appear to be some distance away from any observer, and objects sent towards an event horizon never appear to cross it from the sending observer's point of view, as the horizon-crossing event's light cone never intersects the observer's world line. Attempting to make an object near the horizon remain stationary with respect to an observer requires applying a force whose magnitude increases unboundedly, becoming infinite, the closer it gets. Quote, in the case of the horizon around a black hole, observers stationary with respect to a distant object will all agree on where the horizon is. While this seems to allow an observer lowered towards the hole on a rope or a rod to contact the horizon, in practice this cannot be done. The proper distance to the horizon is finite, so the length of rope needed would be finite as well. But if the rope were lowered slowly, so that each point on the rope was approximately at rest in Schwarzschild coordinates, the proper acceleration, g-force, experienced by points on the rope closer and closer to the horizon would approach infinity. So the rope would be torn apart. If the rope is lowered quickly, perhaps even in freefall, then indeed the observer at the bottom of the rope can touch and even cross the event horizon. But once this happens, it is impossible to pull the bottom of rope back out of the event horizon, since if the rope is pulled taut, the forces along the rope increase without bound as they approach the event horizon, and at some point the rope must break. Furthermore, the break must occur not at the event horizon, but at a point where the second observer can observe it, assuming that the possible apparent horizon is far inside the event horizon, or there is none. Observers crossing a black hole event horizon would not actually see or feel anything special happen at that moment. In terms of visual appearance, observers who fall into the hole perceive the eventual apparent horizon as a black impermeable area enclosing the singularity. Other objects that had entered the horizon area along the same radial path but at an earlier time would appear below the observer as long as they are not entered inside the apparent horizon, and they could exchange messages. Increasing tidal forces are also locally noticeable effects as a function of the mass of the black hole. In realistic stellar black holes, spaghettification occurs early. Tidal forces tear materials apart well before the event horizon. However, in supermassive black holes, which are found in centers of galaxies, spaghettification occurs inside the event horizon. A human astronaut would survive the fall through an event horizon only in a black hole with a mass of approximately 10,000 solar masses or greater.